Joining us right now, City Attorney Dave Feldman. Dave, welcome to Houston's Morning News. Thanks for coming on with us this morning.
Oh, you're quite welcome. I'm glad to do it.
I keep playing the soundbite over and over again where you sound really scary, Dave. Are you really that scary, or are you just...
No, only my children think so.
A couple of questions for you. Let's start with this one. I have a red light camera ticket. I'm not going to pay it. What are you going to do to me?
Well, we have a number of things that we can do. We have the right if the citation has been fully adjudicated to report to a credit bureau. I can also file a lawsuit against you to collect the fee.
But David, what doesn't that cost the city more money? We're going to talk about what we may have to pay ATS. I mean, isn't it going to cost the city way too much money in taxpayer dollars to go after everyone that would decide not to pay these red light camera tickets? Let's just rip them all up. Let's do something nice, the city of Houston, and tell everybody if you got a ticket, rip it up. Let's forget about it and move on.
Well, I mean, the problem with that, Matt, is these individuals still violated the law. They ran red lights, and we can't forget that.
But we've decided that this law is no good, and that the red light cameras shouldn't have even been there to begin with. So, I mean, you know.
Yeah, but there's still clearly video evidence that these individuals ran red lights, and that in and of itself is a violation of the law. The cameras are just a tool to enforce the law. And now we've said we're not going to use that tool anymore, starting yesterday in terms of any violations on or after 12:01 p.m. yesterday. But the fact of the matter is those who have been caught on video running red lights did violate the law. I mean, I don't think there's any way around that.
All right, David. Now I understand why your children are so frightened of you. I mean, there's no reasoning with Dad. I mean, Dad's going to put his foot down. All right, listen, hang on one second. When we come back, let's talk about what we may or may not owe ATS, depending on the impending litigation. What's that going to look like? What could that cost us? And how are you going to handle that? Those are questions.
Your morning news continues now on KTRH.
KTRH News Time is 7:22.
The cameras are off. We have repealed the ordinance.
And joining us right now is City Attorney Dave Feldman. Dave, welcome back to Houston's Morning News. Thanks for taking the time this morning.
Sure.
What happens now? We are going to litigate, or we're going into litigation with ATS. They're going to exercise their right. They have a contract, they say. They're going to sue us. What happens to us? I mean, are we going to be on the hook for 25 to 30 mil? I mean, those are the numbers being bandied about.
Well, we've been in litigation with ATS. Thankfully, we are now just in the court of law instead of the court of public opinion. So maybe some of the rhetoric can die down a little bit. Those numbers that you've been hearing from ATS, the $25 million, it was 20, then it was 25.
Right.
That's posturing. We certainly don't believe, either legally or factually, that we have any kind of liability remotely approaching those kinds of numbers. The contract with ATS had what we call a termination for convenience clause in it, which is standard in government contracts. Just about every city contract has one. It gave us the right to terminate the contract with 120 days notice.
Didn't we take that out? Wasn't that removed, though?
Well, that's their argument, but that's would be one heck of a disappearing act.
Okay.
Since it never came out of the contract.
Well, that's good. I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah. So we will litigate the issue of the damages. There's a question of what courthouse that's most appropriate in, and the city has any number of defenses to exercise, and hopefully at the end of the day, ATS will see that their recovery is not going to be anywhere near what they think it is, and maybe we can just settle this thing and move on down the road.
City Attorney Dave Feldman joining us here this morning. Dave, I thank you for your time. I thank you for putting up with me here this morning, and you are welcome back anytime.
Well, thank you very much.
All right, thank you.